Okay, the next thing we're going to do is write a function to cycle through colors. So first thing we need is a function that will change light colors based on the input. So we're going to write light color, and we're going to need, so this is the function name, light color, and then we're going to put which variables are going to be coming in. So we're going to have one variable called color in, and another one to just show that we are doing it by reference for an HTTP. This needs to be in all HTTP. This needs to be in all of your functions that are going to be using a web interaction like this. Okay, so now we have a function called light color with two variables, color in and by reference when HTTP. Let's write this. So let's first put down some big brackets so that we know where we're writing. So we're going to modify the light color. Now we need to first put our when HTTP dot open, and we're going to do it for now. We're going to cycle it through a group, and then later on I'll show you how to do it with each light. So we can just take this from over here, paste it in there, close off the bracket, and that's done. Now we need to put body text in here, and that body text will be something like hue, and then we're going to leave this blank for now, and then we're going to put in saturation, and we want this to be 254 or whichever one, whatever you want the saturated, however saturated you want the color to be. 254 works for me, so I'm going to leave it as 254. We're going to change the brightness. I'm going to make sure that is also 254. Right. Now for the hue, we're going to, when we run this function, we're going to send it some information about which color we want. So this color in is going to be the color that it's set to. So we have to, in here we type in % color in %, and then this will replace this piece of code with whichever number is passed into the function via that. So that is that. We go when, oops, it's daisies, when http dot send body text, and it's as simple as that. Now whenever we call this function, it will change the color to this color here, and now we need to find a way to set this color. So we're going to make another function called color cycle, and this color cycle is going to have one bit of information passed into it, and that's going to be the, rather I'll name this current color. How about that? Alright, current color. And we obviously do this again, come back up here, and tab we're back in. Alright, so if current color is equal to 1, for example, we want it to output a color called, actually I'm going to change this to CIN because it's a lot easier to write and a lot quicker. But understand that that's the color in and this is color out. So color out is going to be equal to, and you can choose a number. What was that lovely red we had before? Oh, I can't remember the number for it. Right, well, let's go back to our clip API debugger and let's put a new do hue of value, let's go 6, 4, 2, 3, 1. Sounds fun. Okay, let's put that hue in, and also just to make sure, let's put the saturation up to 254 so that we know what it'll look like. And then let's put that. Okay, that's a nice red. Right, so this is going to be my first color. Obviously you can pick the color the same way we did before for the pleasant lighting by going into our app and changing it, and then using the get command to see the numbers and putting those in. But for now, or rather, yeah, we can use the Philips Hue app to do what we did before and get the numbers like that, or we can do it this way. And now we take these numbers and we're going to put them over here. So 6, 4, 2, 3, 1. It's a lovely color. And then that is the end of that one. But if we want to make more than one color, we're going to have to do something like this. Else if cn equals 2, and then close that bracket, open a new one, c out is equal to, and we can make up a new number. I'm just going to put random numbers in now, but for each number that you make in this, you can have as many as you like. For each number that you make in that, you're going to want to do the same thing we did for this one. So just choose a new color and then set it in here as well. Now we can keep going with this, but for sake of brevity, that's it. I'm going to have 2 numbers in there, or actually rather I'll copy and paste in one I wrote earlier. Here's one I prepared earlier. Whoops. Oh well. Yeah, there we go. There's one I prepared earlier. So that's going to cycle through 5 different colors. And then it's going to return, is important, return C out. So whenever we run this function in any given situation, it will always return C out, and I'll show you how that works now. So we're going to do a new hotkey called next color, and we will do, now this one doesn't need any WinHTTP because it is not accessing the internet, rather it's using the other functions which access it to do it. So we have to set our, my apologies. First let's make a variable called color1. Now color1 is the current color of a given light. So color1 for now is actually going to reference light 3 in my, so let's make that a little bit easier to understand, light 3. But if I were to write a piece of code for each light, I would have color 1, 2, 3. In fact, why don't we do that? Color 1, and we're just going to set it to the default, to a default number 0, because 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, because we don't know what the color is, and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 doesn't have any value, so it won't change anything if it is accidentally called. Now we have 3 different colors here. We're going to do next color for the lamp. So what we do is we got to go color 3 and then plus plus. This adds 1 to the number. Oh, my apologies. We don't want this to be the color out. We want this to be 1, 1, 1, because we're not referencing these numbers, rather we're referencing these numbers. So they're all currently set to the first number in the cycle. And this just stores the variable so that we can come back to it later. Alright, now color 3, it'll add 1 to it. So it'll start on 1, and then it will go to 2. So clicking this button will set it to 2, clicking it again will set it to 3, 4, 5. Now let's keep writing this. If we have if the color is greater than 5, which is our maximum number here, obviously we want to reset that to color 1. Oh, my apologies. Color. Look at me, I'm all over the show. Alright, color 3, color 3, color 3. We want to set color 3 to 1. So we'll reset it to 1 if the color gets too high. Oh, we need to put those in brackets as well. Right, now moving on. We want it to call the color cycle function, but first we want to know what our color output is. So we have this to let's call this new color. Hopefully this isn't too confusing. We call this new color, and to choose what color the new color is, we're going to run our color cycle function with color 3, and that will put color 3 into here, which sets this, and then it will choose it will check if it's number 1, and it won't be because it'll be 2, and it'll check if it's 2, yes, so the C out will be set to 25653, and it will return C out. So then it will set new color to C out. New color is just a temporary variable. Right, so using new color, we want to run our light color script with its 2 properties. Color in, oops, so color in is new color that we set up here, and we want to put in win HTTP. Done. Okay, now we just simply return to end that script, and hopefully we'll have ourselves a working script. So okay, so we had a few mistakes in there. I needed to add a colon here and change a few of these around, but now the code is very much exactly the same. By the way, all this code will be linked in the description. Yeah, anyway, moving on. So if we run this hotkey now, and we hit Control 2, Control 2, Control 2, Control 2, Control 2, Control 2, it cycles through our colors. Now let's make it work for multiple different lights with multiple different buttons. Right, that'll be in the next part.